Hello and welcome to our Patreon episode of Tender Loving Care with your host, myself, Pauline, and my darling Kate. All of these Patreon episodes are only available to you, our amazing supporters. Kate and I's podcast, Tender Loving Care, which is available on all podcasting platforms. And we have a new episode each Wednesday. And in that podcast, we break down 2 shows from the TLC channel, past or present. However, in this glorious Patreon world, only you, dear subscribers, will be able to listen to us cover current airing shows every week. Without further ado, let's dive into the only show that is currently airing that you have to be talking about and that we have to discuss, Kate. That is Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
Hi, Kate.
These are the best.
The best days of our life. Do you know I've watched every single episode of Vanderpump since the beginning, and I don't think I know every word of that song. But when it's like, I couldn't sing it now, but when it's on, it's like boom! It's like it's a classic.
It is. It's right up there with like Mariah Carey songs that I just know all the words to from childhood, or like it's right up there.
It is.
This was the first week that I actually had seen the new intro sequence, the opening credits, whatever.
Now, is it new this week? Because I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't think I've seen that.
I don't know if I'm just missing it on the Bravo app because we watched it on Peacock this week, or I don't know. But I was like, whoa, this is really different.
I wondered, well, we did see the mid-season trailer. So supposedly then we're halfway through. So maybe they pumped it. And you know how the Housewives have done that before? They've changed up their taglines and we've gone, whoa, like halfway through.
Yeah, they've got a lot of listeners, like it's a podcast, a lot of viewers now, a lot more than they already had.
I mean, there are so many memes about Andy counting that money. I mean, all those executives at Bravo. Oh my God. You know what I hope is that Ariana comes back and to get back for the whatever, I don't know what season they're on, the next season, her salary's doubled. Like, that's what I want. Her salary is doubled because, you know, that is something you and I haven't discussed, and maybe we will as the season goes on. But what is going to happen for the next season? Because, I mean, they all want to film again because they're all desperate reality stars. No shame, like, love them all, and I would be the exact same. But feasibly, how are they? No one will film with Rachel and no one will film with Tom apart from Schwartz.
Yeah, I remember we briefly touched on this, and I remember my prediction was that like Schwartz would be their way in, but it would be a lot of like apartment scenes with Schwartz. But I don't know who else
No one would film with them, Kate. So it would just be, and there's not enough, none of them have enough gravitas to carry it on their own. So it's not going to be like, okay, so part of the show would just be Schwartz, Sandoval, and Rachel, and that's it. And it would be like, well, that can only go on for one episode. There's not enough to carry them through an entire season. No one's going to have, it's not going to be like the days of Kristen when she cheated with Jax and the green dress. You know, there's not going to be when like someone may go and speak to Stacy and they may go and speak to Chris. There's no one left. So I am so fascinated with the conversations at Bravo that's going on about what are we doing next season, because their contracts are going to be coming up pretty soon. I bet they've shot the reunion.
It's going to be interesting to see how they do it. I can see. What is Charlie's reaction to all this been? Because she's been the closest to Rachel this season 10. So I'm wondering maybe if time went on, she would decide to, but probably not.
Charlie went on Twitter when it first broke and was fighting with Rachel's sister.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah. So there's no one. There is really, really no one. So I don't know. Talking about Vanderpump Rules, obviously it would be, you know, amiss of us to not talk about what broke today in Holy Grail page 6. You know, we saw that there was a lift picking up Rachel from Ariana and Tom's home. And this is, by the way, on the day that Rachel didn't appear in court. for the restraining order that against Sheena. And it was the day, there was something else. And the fact that Ariana is away and shooting a film, her Lifetime film at the moment. Now, the fact that the paparazzi got that amazing Lyft driver and Rachel, like, there is the lawyer for Rachel, representative whatever, came out and said, she didn't stay over. She was there in the afternoon to say goodbye to Tom before he left somewhere, because we did see him, the paparazzi got him at LAX later, flying off somewhere. What I think is going on is Ariana was obviously away, and she said, because they're both joint owners on that home, both the names are on the deed, so he has as much right to that house as she does, as much as we don't want that, but he does. And I'm sure she said, look, I'm gone for X amount, you get in here, get all your shit, and it better be gone by the time I come back. And he decided to bring his mistress over.
It's not cool. And she obviously had a huge overnight bag with her. You wouldn't just be carrying that
Steve
around.
Madden, by the way. That needs to be discussed. No one has been to Steve Madden no one has been to Steve Madden since 2015. I'll give you 2015. And she comes out with a big Steve Madden bag full of God knows what. I'm intrigued. I would have loved to have known what was in that bag. But it was crazy, Kate. It was crazy seeing it. I can't imagine Ariana, wherever she is, having that news that broke. I mean, it's awful.
It really is. And then did you see, obviously, I'm sure you saw Sheena's TMZ video as she's walking out, she's stomping out of court in her cool outfit with her sunglasses on.
She loves that. I mean, Sheena, never forget anyone that Sheena started this show. We all remember watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and we get the slow intro into Vanderpump. I mean, she began it all.
Yep.
And Eddie Cibrian. I mean, it was really Eddie Cibrian, Brandy, and Sheena that created Vanderpump Rules. I know that scene was great. And then you probably saw as well, as we all have, Sandoval in that parking lot that says hindsight is 2020. I
didn't see that one yet.
Oh, you haven't seen that? So he's coming out, and these are all staged. All these TMZ, her at the nail salon, him in the parking lot. They're all staged, and that one with Schwartz at the airport, that was all set up. And I don't know why they're doing it. It's really annoying. But you see Schwartz and Sandoval come out of supposedly a rehearsal. And he comes out and he's so dour, like his face is like, yeah, like he has a bit of regret. And his face is all kind of down. He's like, yeah, like, hi guys, to the press, loving it, they are loving every single second of this press, him especially. He loves getting followed by the paparazzi. So, but there's only one there. And he has a big suitcase that he's trying to put in the back of his car, but he keeps failing to like get it in there. It's really funny. But so this guy, obviously softball questions. So Tom, how you doing, man? Yeah, right. So, do you regret? Like, how do you feel about the whole situation? He said, well, hindsight is 2020.
Okay.
It's just brilliant and terrible and awful. But anyway, God knows where he went. That would be very interesting to see where he was flying out to, but probably home to his firefighter mama. All right. Kate, also in Vanderpump, I need to get your opinion on this. And I don't understand, before we go into the episode this week, other news that came out that isn't scandal related in Vanderpump Rules is that Lala and Sheena Shea, she'll always be known as Sheena Shea. I don't know what Brock's last name is, and it doesn't matter. It's Sheena Shea. Both bought houses next door to each other in Palm Springs. Now, I'm so confused. I'm not confused because it's not Valley Village. I get it. We don't need any more of those houses in Valley Village of these people buying them, because they're going up in flames. Like, the relationships are going in flames. It's a curse. But why Palm Springs? Now, Palm Springs, yes, can be beautiful. It has a lot of old Hollywood history. But it's also like on the surface of the sun for like 9 months of the year. I am so confused why they both bought houses there.
Well, Sheena's had a house there for a while.
I didn't know that.
So I'm pretty sure she's been vlogging from there, and they talked a lot in this episode about how they wanted to have a modern family together.
Which I love. I really like that idea.
Yeah, it's like modern sister wives vibes without the sex with Lala.